This is T for Texas because we lost Jerry Jeff Walker and Billy Joe Shaver, I think within a week's time of each other. And this has references to them in it. So T for Texas. T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for Thelma. The woman made a fool out of me. Of course, that's Jimmy Rogers. You need to know that. 1989, moving from New Orleans, 463 miles west to Austin in my 1978 Mercury Zephyr with my boyfriend Bill and two cats, Bubba and Lucille. I've been taking steroids, intended to relieve my asthma for a couple of weeks. Okay, we all saw what steroids did to the president, so you know I was insane, right? My eyes weren't working right, and I kept drifting off into a sleep-like state. I was afraid of everything, especially people. At one point, Bill yelled, "Hey, look." I jumped about 2 feet into the air. My eyes popped open. A giant billboard with a man's giant head loomed above. Bubba Ustalet will deliver. If I'm remembering right, and I might not be, this was a sign for a car dealer located somewhere near Lake Charles. Lake Charles marks the beginning of a stretch of interstate that I call the scariest stretch of highway in the South. It is not a place you want to break down. It is not just that people have names like Bubba Ustalet and that this is generally considered to be okay. As you approach the Texas border and towns like Vidor and Orange show up on those green highway signs, know that you're in murderous territory. Privately funded billboards loom beside the ditch, slathered with warnings like, "Welcome to Orange County. Here you can get by with brutally murdering a woman." I don't know the whole story, but the billboards say plenty. In fact, that movie, Three Billboards, that came out with Frances McDormand was based on the actual story, which was in Texas, East Texas. As soon as you cross into Texas, you also learn that it will take a very long time to leave the state if you keep heading west on the dime. The first sign that confronts you brags, El Paso, 850 miles. Now, this is a poem called The Rule of Capture. The rule of capture is the definition of water law in Texas, and I think many parts of the West. The rule of capture. Here, everything seems painted black and white. You could make a case for that. Shadows sharper than saguaro needles, small eyes of obsidian shifting, and the wheeling birds beneath the bleach-stained sun. You might read stark contrast like lead on newsprint or taillight shards on asphalt behind a green striped. What does this say? The host has asked you to start your video. I'll start your video. Was I there before?
Yeah, you disappeared for a minute.
Oh, okay. Where was I? Here everything seems painted black and white. You could make a case for that. Shadows sharper than saguaro needles, small eyes of obsidian shifting, and the wheeling birds beneath the bleach-stained sun. You might read stark contrast like lead on newsprint or taillight shards on asphalt behind a green crawling menace of the rocky trail. But there is gray. Half obscured footprints, dust-blown drifts over sand, across your eyes, so certain they see what is what. You have no authority over this landscape, over its denizens. Mirrored aviator shades glaring over you. You lie flat on the hot asphalt. Just warming my back, sir. And when I'm cooked on that side, I'll turn my ass over so you don't have to, sir. I smell smoke, do you? Whose ashes are we breathing, blown down from the north? The residents of this year get little sleep, yet a new and seething zest grips the mighty few, even as citizens bleed. These days we hear ceaselessly the myopic feeble cant. You're either with us or against us, a bandit or a cop. I am a pilgrim, what are you? Our shadows ripple, distort on the surface of this mud-winding snake of a river that's coughed itself dry before it reaches the Gulf. In Lajitas, weekend ranchers fanning on the veranda lean from rockers to order sweet tea con hielo, but it's mud in a cup for the thirsty tongue of cabeza de vaca. Now we recall fevered dreams of drowning in some lago seco. Viva Terlingua, we said. Too much ain't enough. Yeah, but those were different times. We waltzed across checkpoints as if they were mere thresholds. We became willing captives of the road. Now our one drop to drink comes squeezed from the poppy sun. Rosy petals landing harmless as they sway to earth, deadly when they hit the ground. Crimson patches dried to rust in the low desert sand.